Greetings fans, hyperfans and people just lost looking for videos of cats on YouTube. I'm sitting in a different place today, which usually means I'm doing a vlog or an unboxing or one of the really boring videos, but I'm actually going to be doing a toy review, but something that's slightly different for me. I do a lot of Transformers reviews, and the stuff that I collect, play with, really enjoy goes back to the toys that I grew up with as a kid. So it's lots of G1 stuff, because I remember watching the original cartoon on Whack-A-Day, which in the UK was like Saturday morning and spring break show, and I got a lot of the toys because I had family who were just obsessed with toys and robots and Japanese anime before it was even called that. So yeah, that's what I grew up with. I'm kind of tasked with introducing Transformers to the next generation of my family in my nephew. I've got him a few bits and pieces before, and he's really liking Rescubots. He's not quite old enough for Cyberverse yet. He doesn't have an Optimus Prime yet. He really likes Bumblebee. I wanted to give him some stuff that kind of more connected with the stuff that me and his dad had as a kid. So I managed to track down, for his birthday this year, an oversized Optimus Prime. I thought this is a really cool toy because it's a character that we kind of see as the heart of the series, and it's a very chunky figure. It is a Chinese version, and I have sort of gone through and personally I have checked to make sure that there's no sharp edges, that I'm happy with that to give to a kid. So I hope he's going to like this. But I didn't want to just do that because I like treating Byron. So he's got Optimus Prime, and he's got a trailer for Optimus Prime. And he's got a couple of small bots to go into the trailer. And he's got one of the more common Rescubot. I don't know what this character is, but this all interacts together, and it's kind of a nice bridge between Rescubots and G1. So let's see how this actually all goes together and talk about something I haven't really mentioned in my reviews before, which is the ecosystem of play. Okay, so obviously we're going to start with Optimus Prime. Classic colours, red, blue, a little bit of black, a little bit of silver, definitely his G1 mode, and it's a really chunky toy. As I said, he's got his trailer. Looks a little bit narrow compared to those sort of big chunky black wheels, which are obviously going to become the feet. And if I bring in Heatwave, yep, I did look his name up. Doesn't usually go with this combo, but he will actually hook onto the end of the trailer. This is what I mean by ecosystem of play. It's something that the Hasbro mainline have been doing recently with Combiner Wars and all the Titans Return stuff, because you've got stuff that interacts between your purchases. You even have it with the new movie Masterpiece ones, with all the Constructicons coming together to form Devastator. But here you've got two very big chunky robots, a trailer for a play feature, but then you've also got these nice tiny jets. So that's Rescan Blade. I don't know who this is, but it's a little red sports car, so he is going to be Cliff Jumper. And they fit really well on the top there. It all works. But I can also turn those into robot mode. And have them stand up inside. And that's such a cute play feature. I mean, these sort of quick morph things are really fun anyway. But the fact you have multiple levels of play, multiple levels of interaction between everything, you can put a couple more vehicles on the top there. It works really well from the toy company's point of view, because they're going to sell you more stuff. but also just as a kid playing it means that you can bring in your other toys, see how they interact. I just think that's kind of cool. Now, if we put the trailer aside for now and have a look at the big box, very chunky but also super easy to transform. I mean, you're not going to get much articulation out of it, but this is going to a 3-year-old, so he's just going to be happy with the size of that and the fact that he'll be able to transform it himself. I mean, he does tower over the cliff jumper, but you know, that's not too bad for the scale of, you know, the cliff jumper and the Optimus Prime that I have. Actually, we can do some good size comparisons here. So these little automorphers they're a little bit smaller than the Legends figure. I'd say probably just a little bit bigger than what we used to call Legion. And if I compare Optimus next to, well, Optimus, he's probably about what we would call a leader scale, like an old style leader scale, not the new size Voyagers with extras. This is the MP10V, so it's a little bit smaller. Actually, if I bring in the Bumblebee Prime, who is an official Voyager size, you can see it comes up just to the bottom of the cab windows. Now, usually you hear me complaining about Hasbro making transformations way too simple, but this is a for kids line. We've got different levels of complexity within the same play ecosystem. I mean, these mini bots, you literally stand up and let gravity transform. Optimus needs a little bit more pulling around. And Heatwave, he's something else again. I mean, basically he is a twist and split figure. Again, not a lot of articulation, but he's got a nice little play feature of, where is it? Yeah. He's got sort of a rescue claw that snaps out. Again, it sounds a little bit rickety, but it's safe. I'm sure that there is a missing feature of this because it is a Chinese oversized KO, but just that little additional feature in the transformation just makes it a bit more complex. And he stands just shorter than Optimus Prime. Actually, if I put them back to back, yeah, about a third of a head shorter, but I still think that kind of works very well. The paint apps on these are actually really well done. It's a very flat silver, but there is some shine to it. There's no chipping. There's actually very little paint on them, and most of it is sort of blue plastic. The windows are black. Here it's got a nice metallic sheen to the blue. The white is quite adequate. So it's visually interesting. They are really nice bright reds. I don't think my current setup, you can see how much shadow I've got here, is showing quite how gorgeous those reds are. But yeah, they're big, they're chunky, simple robots. They just have a nice little family of accessories. The trailer acts as a trailer. I mean, if we're talking about tiny trailers with Optimus Prime, we can talk about what Earthrise is shipped with. But all of this together just makes a really fun playset. This is all going off to my nephew tomorrow. I'm not sure that he'll 100% fall in love with it immediately because there's no helicopters or tractors, and those are the two big things he really loves. But I hope he likes it, and I hope he's not going to be bothering his parents to keep transforming it for him, because he can do this himself. He's a smart little cookie. Anyway, this particular batch of toys was sent over to me from Paul at Sir Toys. They are also available on AliExpress. I will put a couple of links in the description below. If you're trying to foist your obsessions onto a younger generation, tell me in the comments below what toys you're using. For more toy reviews and geeky rambling, hit subscribe and make sure you turn notifications on. And until next time, if you're keeping the mint in package, you're not a toy collector, you're a box collector. So, I did just want to say one more thing before I disappear off again. You may have noticed that I got myself back into the swing of doing videos, and over lockdown that's really dried up again. Lockdown has not been easy for me, and I know a lot of people are struggling with it. We're missing our social interactions. Maybe we're talking to our toys a little bit more than we used to. That's okay if that's what it takes to get through it. But lockdown is not going to be forever, and there are going to be people waiting for us when we get out of this. And it's the people that we've had Zoom pizza with, and who've been texting us bad memes, and who've been trying to keep our spirits up on this. So just remember, there is a community out there of toy collectors, of people into the same weird stuff you are, and just keep looking out for each other. I'm really lucky to have some really good friends who I've made through the Transformers community, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again when lockdown's over.
Wipe it down. Wipe it down.
Even lockdown needs a clean-up during lockdown.
Hello, Power Master. Meet Power Duster.
Let's give you a nice clean. Even Optimus Prime has to look his best.
Give me the duster, you big bozo. He doesn't want to be dusted. No duster, no Caesian salami. Huh? Give it here. Give it here. No.
Soundwave has rabbit. I have shadow.